Good morning, guys. Can you guess where we are? You will in a moment. Let's do the time. It is 6:54 and it's Tuesday. And I'm actually at the Memorial Park today. We haven't been here for a while. If you remember, I think actually the last time was when I had the Rawgasmic channel, and I got followed round here by dog wardens because I was walking barefoot and kept talking to the trees. Yeah, so I don't often come here, but today I wanted to be somewhere different with an open sky, because as I said yesterday, I'm not going to not notice these things. I do notice them, but I'm not going to focus on them. Yeah. Now this park, what is special about this park is it's in the centre of Coventry. It's the Memorial Park, and it's the place where most people come and jog round in the morning, bring their dogs. It's the central park for everybody, and each tree is in fact a grave. Yes. I've talked about this before. It's every single tree is dedicated to a member of the armed forces who were sacrificed during whichever bloody war, World War I, World War II, any that came in between and any that came after. So every single tree in this place, of which there are thousands, is dedicated to a member of the armed forces sacrificed by our government during those time periods. So I don't like coming here because I look at the trees and the magnificence of them and I compare them. It's almost like this is the family tree of a particular person. And it's a mockery to me. You can see how their tree has grown and developed, produces fruit, because there's all kinds of trees. Cherry trees, oak, ash, beech, you name it. But has produced fruit. And, you know, this incredible network. Yet the person that it's dedicated to, their own particular family tree, stopped at their branch. Do you know what I mean? I don't like that. It's not the tree's fault though, is it? So this is the cenotaph, which is all kind of symbolic. They always have to look like giant penises. Not this is shaped in any way like a penis, but they're always very phallic. And we have things here like, never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. Winston Churchill. And the poppy, one of my favourite flowers. Yes, Kimicho, we love poppies too, don't we? Is when you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today. John Maxwell Edmonds. See, it doesn't do me any good walking around here, guys. But anyway, this is the cenotaph, and we have all these marches that come here, and you know, all in the name of And it never was. God would never ask for such a sacrifice. So anyway, and all the trees around this particular building, the cenotaph, are dark, as you can see. Oh, chemtrailers a go today. Right, come on. So we'll go and look somewhere else. Anyway, it's actually quite quiet here today, which is really nice, because sometimes all you seem to do is go morning, morning, good morning, yeah, nice day, morning. Right, I would like to start by making a little announcement. Well, it's not a little announcement, I think it's quite a big one. Mr. Loverman 82 has got a job. I am so happy about that, because the other day when he left a comment saying he was, you know, the government expected him to live on £34 a week, I was just horrified. And I do adore Mr. Loverman 82. He's been with me since the beginning. I think he was one of the first people to subscribe to Rawgasmic well over a year ago. And, you know, part of me wanted to fix that. Part of me did want to fix that. I wanted to, I don't know, kind of go down to see him and take him by the hand and do this and do that. And I want to say that that is part of the problem with me. I'm a fixer. Yes, forget Bob the Builder. And I've been like that since I was little. It really all started with animals. Wanting to fix it for animals, make them happy. And I was always bringing waifs and strays home to my mum. And she actually drew the line when I brought a horse home. Well, it wasn't a horse, it was a pony. I'd found it outside the field. And, you know, I just said, but Mum, it was lost, it was on the street. We can look after it, because she says, Rosemary, you have to take it back. You know it's come out of the field. It's just the other side of the field. But I know, but it could have got run over or anything. And if anybody cared, really loved it, I wanted to fix it. Because I felt, you know, I felt like I could fix things. What is that? Oh, it's an aeroplane. I thought it was my eyesight, honestly. I thought it was a buzzard flying sideways. Yeah, keep noting how many trees we pass, people. Is one of these one of your lost, loved relatives? Yeah, I wanted to fix everything. And I think this is part of the issue for a lot of people who maybe watch my channel and watch other channels of a similar genre, is that we want to fix things. We want to make them right. And sometimes it's... honey! This way! This way! I've just seen water, and I'm sure she did. This way, honey! Come on, Ebbs, let's go. Honey! Bye-bye. Good girl. I'm sure there are many who want to fix things. Hello! We want people to feel okay. We don't want them to be stressed. We want to make them happy and smile. We want to put things right. And it's really because we are very, very caring individuals. And we would normally have existed in groups. And of course, what you want is for your group to be happy and chilled and relaxed. So it's kind of a natural thing for us to want to fix. Yes. But sometimes, guys, it's not good. It's like, you know, I can tell people about these chemtrails and want to fix it so that we can all breathe. I know these make people very unhappy. Hello, David. To anyone who's new, the seagulls that I see are in my mind, the spirit of my father. So I always call them David and say hello. I say hello to most things actually, but there we go. You know, seeing these chemtrails and wanting it right and knowing that they upset so many people, it's like I want to fix it. I want to put it right. I want to stand up and shout and say, you know, what is this all about? It's making lots of people unhappy. It's making lots of people ill. People don't want to take their children in it. You know, I want to fix it. I want to make it right. But the thing is, there's lots of people who don't know about it, and when they do, they become really anxious and upset. And it's like they didn't want to know. Do you understand what I'm saying? And in trying to help and say, look at this. We need to fix this. We need to put it right. Really, we're not helping people. Do you understand what I mean? And I don't know if you have had this experience, but say you're trying to do something, I don't know, thread a needle. Do people still thread needles? Maybe I need to go for something better. Something people do. Turn on a DVD player, for example, and make it work. I'll stick with threading the needle. You know, you can be there. Look at that sun. You can be there trying to thread this needle, or do it the other way, watching somebody try to thread a needle, and you know, you can see it's not happening, it's not getting through, and then you have this overwhelming urge to fix it for them. It's like, give it to me and I'll do it for you. And the person might hand it over, and there you are, and you're trying to get it threaded through, and they say, it's all right, you know, I'll do it, and you're, no, I've nearly got it, and then you do it and you thread it and you give it to them, and it's like, here you are, I've threaded it for you, now you can sew. Fixers are really, in a lot of senses, trying to fix themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, in doing all of this for people, sometimes we really genuinely do need to assist people, but we're not there to fix things for anybody. No, we need to fix things for ourselves. And I think sometimes we lose sight of that. And in the fixing for somebody else, we're actually well, we're making a big statement about them, really. And we're making a big statement about ourselves. And when we've done it and finished and fixed it, have they actually learnt anything? Or have they just learnt that yet someone else comes into their life and does it for them? And I am so guilty of this, guys. Really, really guilty of this. And because I want to fix everything. I want to take the chemtrails out of the sky. I want to clean up the oceans. I want to stop vaccinations. I want everybody to be accepted for who they are. and allowed to live life the way they want to live. But then you see, in my little fixer mind, I have a set way of how I think it should be done. Yeah, it's almost like, look guys, let me fix this for you. If we do it this way, and you know, that just doesn't work. It really, really doesn't work. So, and I know I'm a fixer because all the jobs I've ever gone into have involved fixing things for people. Apart from my first, which in a sense was because I was a chef, so it was fixing people a meal. But my jobs have been working with older people. Then it was working with children in a small children's home. Children who had either been removed from their family home or their families were no longer around. Then I became a residential social worker in a secure unit for children who were at risk to others or to themselves. And I wanted to fix everything for every one of them, you know. And honey Abby, come on. And I did fix lots of things for lots of people. But the thing was, who's to say that that was the right thing for me to do? You know, there's something so absolutely beautiful about setting a task for yourself and seeing it through from beginning to end. And sometimes there's nothing worse than when you have got the needle and the thread in your hand and you are trying to thread that needle. There's nothing worse than having someone come and saying, here, give that to me, I'll do it for you. Let me show you how. And then they can't do it. So it's like, no, just leave me a minute, I'll do it. There you are, it's done. And you haven't actually learned anything except that you weren't good enough and that other person was. And I'm not saying I haven't helped people and animals in my journey along this life. But I know that there have been times when my desire to fix for others has actually probably been a hindrance to them rather than something beneficial. Because this life is not about fixing other people. It's about sharing skills, developing networks of support, and about empowering people, enabling people, developing people's skills. It's not about being able to walk into a room or a gathering of any kind and, you know, like standing tall and proud because the fixer has come, and you can go and say, right, what can I do for you? People don't want to necessarily always be fixed, and people don't always necessarily want to know what is going on. They don't want to be told by you about the vaccinations they've given their children that are full of toxins. Come on, hold this straight, Rose. Do you understand what I mean? They don't necessarily want to know that. they're having enough problem just getting through every single day without having all of this additional stuff dumped on them, so that they feel, oh my God, I gave my kids injections, how dreadful, you know, beat myself up over that. Oh my God, I've been giving my children aspartame, how could I beat myself up over that? You know, caring a lot of the time is about not trying to fix people, because that is something that you want, something that you desire and need, something to make you feel needed, wanted, required. It's addressing your insecurities a lot of the time, and not the individuals that you're trying to fix. And even now, I mean, my job is hypnotism, hypnotherapy, writing a book. It's all here. Let me fix you. Let me make you better, please. And it should really tell me more about myself than about any of the people that I am attempting to fix. Anyway, so I think sometimes, I'm not saying that any of you are like this, I'm really talking about me here, because I've realised I have this need, this desire, this urge. And I used to think it's so selfless. I am so selfless. I would rather do for anybody than do for myself. You know, oh, how noble. Yeah, the crow's saying, you're talking crap, missus. You can't fix anybody. Because first, you need to realise that you yourself are broken. And fix that. I'm not saying I'm not going to go around wanting to help people, or to stop wanting to clear these skies. You know, I do. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge that there are people who obviously they see this, they dismiss it, because maybe there is so much else going on in their life that this additional thing would just suffocate, adds too much of an additional burden for them to operate effectively and happily. Do you understand what I mean? And it's really more about my own desires and what I want to achieve, and myself feeling good that I have done something for somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes we need to be very careful, and well, I do, careful and cautious about who we're offering to fix. It's a case of seeing the old lady standing at the side of the road by the zebra crossing, and with heavy bags, and rushing over and taking her hand and not listening as she tries to protest, and stopping the traffic, crossing her across the busy road, leaving her there with her bags, and walking away with a huge smile thinking, yes, I did it. Never to realise that you had just taken her back from where she had come from, after she had herself managed to stop the traffic and get across the road. You know, it's that self-satisfaction of, hey, I helped this, you know, and they're always quite negative things we say. This old lady, like I just said, I helped this poor person. I did something for this. Really upset. Who are we trying to fix, really? Maybe. I need to think about that. And this is our symbolism in Coventry. We have the elephant. We also have a bear and ragged staff. And a cat. I don't know why. I've never found out. So let's have a last look at some of these trees, shall we? Let's see who this one's for. I don't know. I can't read it. I haven't got my glasses on. So I can't read it for you. But the thing is, if you want to see it, I know that you can stop it and read it yourself. So, right, I'm going to go now. This park goes on for 2 miles, and everywhere you look there are trees. That's an awful lot of people who wanted to fix it for us by going to war, a totally unnecessary war, and they were sacrificed. And this place, in some way, to me, is like the they people's way of showing the power they have to stop people's families' trees, mainly the young soldiers and pilots and everything, to stop their family trees and to almost laugh in our faces as these are planted instead. As much as I adore trees, which I do. Right, well, I'm going to go because I've got a lot to do today. Yes, I have. I haven't really. I'm seeing my mum today, which is nice. We're going to just be in the garden, and today I shall be making jam noises, 72's cakes. Mine again will be with parsley, and I might not be able to make a loaf because then I won't be able to give my mum any. She doesn't have cannabis. Parsley. Right, so I'm off. Keep looking up, guys. You never know what you might see. A blue sky would be absolutely beautiful. And remember to enjoy life, live it. It is exactly why we are here. And think about fixing things. We used to have a very famous DJ, and he had a program called Jim Will Fix It. Yeah, his name was Jimmy Savile. He's been in the news a lot just lately. Yes, indeed. Right, take care everybody. And Mr. Loverman 82, well done you. I shall have to come and visit at some point and do that walk with you in the forest. But for now, it's goodbye from the Memorial Park in Coventry. And my feet. Bye.